Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Planet Coaster Alpha. We're doing a time-lapse today. You guys seemed to enjoy it last time, so I thought I would do another one. Next time we build like a coaster or something, I'll probably do it live, but I thought that since we're just doing some more cool decorating, we'll do another time-lapse. So I wanted to take some of the standard rides that come with the game, kind of like this drop one now, as well as the genie ride. I don't remember the actual names for all of them, and kind of dress them up a little bit more and make them look a little bit nicer. This one I had an idea to kind of, I kind of wanted to make like a volcano sort of thing, but just some sort of large rock formation enclosing it was my original plan. And then later, once I add the lights and stuff, it kind of actually starts to take on the shape of a volcano. But yeah, I was just having a lot of fun just placing these rocks around, just trying to get look a little different. I don't know why I wasn't moving there. These are made over the span of like, it's probably about two and a half hours, something like that. So, yeah, a lot of it isn't perfect, but at least I didn't mess up recording this time, so it certainly looks a lot better. Oh, and that reminds me, last time I did this, people were asking about what the song is, and I shouldn't mention that, because I do know what it is. It's actually just the Planet Coaster theme song. It's a song that plays during the main menu of the game. I don't know if it has a name or anything, but you can find it on YouTube if you just search Planet Coaster theme song. A couple people have uploaded it. It's a pretty good song, it's catchy. Some people, most people liked it, some people said it was gay and that I should use dubstep instead. Which I found very, very funny, but, you know. It's funny for a whole mess of reasons. Maybe if I was like playing some Call of Duty and did some sick 360 no scopes or something. I'm sorry, I just really hate dubstep. Yeah, so the rocks were a little bit finicky. Just trying to figure out all the controls. It is nice because you can double tap shift to bring them down. And then you can use the shift and the alt to kind of scoot their positions, trying to blend them into each other. So I thought palm trees would go nice with this. Now that I'm realizing it kind of looks like a volcano or some sort of magma formation, so I'm working on the different types of palm trees there, just trying to make it its own little set all around it. And then I decided I wanted to encase the entrance and exits with a little bit more rock formations. I ended up not encasing them completely, but I think what I did actually came out pretty cool. There are three main rocks you can actually use. There's the long ones. There's these flat ones that we're using right now, and then there's those ones I put down there, which are just the small size ones. Actually, the ones I used up there were. And so I'm just trying to cover up that little queue entrance with some more rocks. Again, controls are being a little finicky. Because basically how it works is the object finds a plane to rest on, and then you adjust it from there. And so when you're trying to put it on something round, it gets a little confused. And then I'm just adding these cool things. It's kind of like, I don't know, are they like whale ribs or elephant tusks? I'm not sure. And then I had the idea of putting some red lights in there to kind of make it look like lava on the inside. And I'm actually pretty proud of what I did next. See, there's a glitch in the game where you can actually sink things into the ground. Well, it's not a glitch, but if you put lights in the ground, the lights actually continue to emerge and come through whatever objects they are. And the same principle works with the rocks. So hopefully in a second, now the sun's going down, I'll get to that. There we go. So if we take these and just kind of finagle them around, and you put them inside the rocks. Check that out. They actually kind of makes it look like it's glowing red from the inside. Like the end result came out pretty cool. The video might be a little low contrast. I might actually adjust that, but once the sun goes down a little more, you'll be able to see. I even paused it just so I can continue to work in the nighttime, but hey, already it's looking pretty cool. It's looking like lava is cracking through and giving off light. I think that came out pretty well. Nope. And there we are, just putting some more red lights on the entrance, kind of light up the area, and I think that came out pretty cool. I went into first person mode just to kind of look around, but we'll take a look at it again at the ending. But then I decided to move over to the genie. And what I want to do here was some sort of... I don't know what I was doing here. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, I thought you could build a building on it, just like the roller coaster, but I guess you can't. And here's me meticulously trying to line everything up. And then we just started. I'm using the sandstone walls just because I want to kind of do some sort of like deserty palace thing, kind of Egyptian inspired, kind of, I don't know, Aladdin inspired, especially with the genie ride. So this thing was, this was annoying to make. I'm like, okay, well, in case the whole thing. I'm like, no, that's dumb. I don't want to do that. Let's just undo that. So I'm like, okay. Actually, at some point, here's where I'm thinking about it. Like, okay, let's undo that. I'll just have these go out, and then we'll kind of have like a C-shaped building. Hey, that's kind of funny because that's like my name. Crazy. And that ended up not working. Well, it kind of did. I ended up changing it into like a courtyard sort of situation with a kind of a big palace in the front. And like other kind of rides or theme park attractions, I just built the front. You'll see I kind of make it look like a big building, but from the perspective of the people on the ride, it doesn't really matter. And hopefully we'll fill in the space. And then I cut to me just filling up that space. And here's me trying to find the center. I forgot I actually recorded that. It was me trying to count. I'm like, oh god, I can't count. Okay. So it ended up being, I think, 30 across or something. So it's actually an even number. So the 14th or 15th space were the middle. Let's be counted again. There we go. We found it. And I actually ended up tearing back down this whole wall because it was on the wrong plane. It needed to be on the inside block of the square behind it. It's hard to explain, but you know how you can put them on either side? It was just on the wrong side. And then I decided to try and fill in this area. Because this is going to kind of be like the courtyard in front of this big palace hotel thing. It kind of looks like a hotel, honestly. So I might just like make it that and complete the back of it some other time. But I should cut out of here relatively soon. Sorry, doing these time lapses is difficult just because you have hours and hours of footage so you're trying to just cram into one another. And that was annoying because I couldn't place it right up against it, so I just kind of had to scoot them back one at a time and move that stupid tree. Any second now. One of these days. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I had to move that whole wall back one. Like, oh, that's kind of annoying, but then I found the middle again. And now we can actually start decorating it. So I wanted to have like two main double doors down there. Actually, that was incorrect. Had to move it over one. There you go. Good job. Passed seat up. And so there were a couple ideas that didn't quite work in here. Like I wanted to put, like I was going to do the same thing I put in the other buildings where we kind of had the wooden structures going all the way up. But then I realized, I'd rather have just like the more exposed, just smooth wall back there. So I ended up not doing that. And yeah, so that's the furthest I ever got on the rest of the building. I just did that front wall. And you can really tell when things don't snap, because some objects snap perfectly where you want them to, some don't. Like those red doors up there wouldn't snap where I wanted them to, so I ended up tearing those out. A lot of this is just trial and error, just trying to figure out what you want to do. I'm like, no, that looks bad, we're not going to do that. Look around for different parts. I'm like, okay, that looks a little better. And it actually snaps in the right place, so we'll use anything that actually snaps in the correct place. It makes everything much, much easier. Just trying to fill in that top section. And they want to put a wall here, but unfortunately, once again, the plane on which each wall was on wasn't quite right. So I ended up having to tear some of this out and redo it. See how it's hanging over there? Yeah, it's because that bottom wall wasn't in the right area. But, you know, you can't really tell from far away, so some of it'll fix, some of it I might not. But I need some more of the tiled roofs. So they look very nice. Then I discovered with these wooden pieces, you could actually sink them down and they would still show up. But sometimes from the right angles, they would like disappear. So you can see, I just said, okay, screw it. We'll just tear that out and put them back. Easy, much easier. And then kind of putting this lining down there at the bottom. The lip, that's not the word. What is the right word? There's a word for that. I can't quite remember. And throw on some lamps up, making it light, nice and lit up. Putting some of these red pirate flags, and there's a piece of. God, is it? Oh, molding. That's the word. Molding. Okay, yes. Molding is like stuff on the ground, or stuff like between the ground and the wall. That's the word. And we add this little balcony, delete those walls, put those there because I don't know why. There's a lot of random crap I threw around. And then palm trees, that don't really make sense because it's not like that's ground. If we had any sort of terrain editing, I probably would have made that actual grass or anything. But hey, I guess we'll just chuck some palm trees in there. There's me and my fabulous inability to count correctly. And then decided I want this bottom wall to be all brick. Which would be kind of annoying because there is no demolish tool. You have to select something, then hit delete on the keyboard every single time you want to delete something. It's kind of annoying. I wish there was a better way to do that. Right-clicking doesn't work, does it? I don't think so. I think you actually have to demolish them and replace them. Kind of annoying, but you know, it's the limitations of the alpha. Hopefully they'll be adding some of these features soon. And it doesn't really bother me because it looks like it doesn't take that much time because it's just in a time lapse. Then I was trying to do like this marketplace thing with these overhanging pieces, but I ended up not liking it, so I think I just tore them all out. And then threw those there for some reason. Didn't like them, so tore them out. Yeah, there you go. Took those out. I kind of like the more simplistic look for this one. And I think that's about where we ended it. Oh, God. Going to give people epilepsy. Yeah, I thought I was going to do like the first look, or the main look at it there. Or the main reflection on what we just built there, but we should do it at the end of the video instead. And then we moved on to this thing with the claws. And I wanted to do some sort of modern design for this one, so I found these white blocks, and I really like them, so I kind of wanted to do like a cage made out of these. It kind of worked. It was a little finicky, because see right there where you see it won't let me build? That's because it's actually in the space where those claws will go. They extended out a lot more than I thought they would. So I think I eventually just filled the rest in and then moved the whole structure. Yeah, see right here, I'm just trying to move it. But I think we actually ended up having to extend the back by 1. Well, that was my intention anyway, once I figured out that it wasn't fitting. And I realized I never fixed the paths, so I built like the poles just going through the paths, and I never actually fixed it. So I'll probably have to go back and do that. Ooh, the back of the other building over there doesn't look very good. The drink stand, I think? Or at least the drink stand that was in the main street square, main street, something like that. And then I'm just trying to figure out some different ways to add to this. These just random white poles. So I raised up the center ones. Just kind of go with the shape of the ride within them. And then found these cool curved pieces. So I decided to try and make like a wave design. Going up through them. Making sure they're on the wrong side. Because you can kind of flip them left and right depending on which square you're using. Like, alright, that doesn't look too bad. So we'll just kind of wrap all those around. Well, there we are. I decided to use these cool little white lights just to kind of put them on the tips of all of them. They kind of end up looking just like big white candles or something. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty cool. Like a real modern, expensive looking menorah. And then I ended up putting, well, I thought I was going to... Oh, yeah, did I put these in there? I don't remember. These lights. Oh, no, I think I ended up tearing them out because the path was in the way. Oh, well. Not every idea works. And then these blue pieces. So these, I realized I probably should have just extended them all the way up. I think that would look a lot cooler than just being there at the base. So I might do that later. Extend them to the same heights as the white ones. That might look a little better. But there we go. We're going to take a look at the cave again, just in regular speed so you guys don't get a headache. or the Volcano, or whatever this is. But yeah, I really think those lights came out pretty darn cool. I just saw one that was sticking out too much. I'll have to go take a look at that, but yeah, it came out pretty damn cool looking. And this guy over here, kind of a big, I don't know, Mesopotamian palace or something. Came out alright. Could definitely add some more stuff just in the courtyard area. I want benches in this game so badly, even if they're not functional. I just want benches. And then I was just speeding up just so you can see the ride moving within the area. It looks pretty cool, if you ask me. And then we should move over to the big claw ride. Look at it during the daytime. Looks alright. Yeah, I really wanted them to add like a slow cinematic camera mode. That'd make filming these a lot easier. But I think it would look cooler if we raise those blue things up. And then we're going to go in first person mode here. Looks pretty cool from the inside. Definitely adds to the rides. I wish I could paint the ride. Because then I would just make the whole thing white. Or I would paint the pillars. They're kind of like the white pillars. They came out pretty cool. But that's going to be it for this episode of Planet Coaster, guys. Leave a like if you did enjoy. And let me know what you think of the builds this time. I'll see you next time. Bye.